legends of Christmas. And here are two people on my naughty list, Neil and Chris.
Hello and welcome to Urbane Legends, the 12 Legends of Christmas. My head's a bit sore from ladies' night last night, though I had a good time. I'm Chris, and with me in our disco bunker is Mr.
Neil Herbert.
Hi, Neil. Did you enjoy ladies' night?
Yeah, it made a change.
Yeah. How did you get on with that patch of mould that you were eyeing up? Get a number?
A gentleman never tells, Chris.
Oh, is that why you sent me into the corner with a bucket on my head?
Yes.
Very nice. I fell straight to sleep, to be honest, because of all the Pernod.
You're like a canary, aren't you, with a cage?
Yeah, very much like when they just put a bag over an owl's head or something. I didn't know where I was. My head was spinning round. But yeah, I'm feeling a bit worse for wear. But it looks like the weather's changing, Neil, so we might actually get out of it fairly soon. That's good, isn't it?
Yes, I think we are going to get stuck until tomorrow, but I think we might actually get out. We might have an epiphany of our own.
An epiphany of warm weather and the god Apollo smiling upon us. Is that what the epiphany is about?
You're reaching into your Greek mythology.
Yeah, is that
right?
Is that what it is?
I believe it's. Is it not when the wise men? I don't know. Actually, is it when the wise men got to Jesus? Is that what the epiphany is?
Well, that's a bit.
I should
late,
know
isn't
this.
It? Well, 5 days after his, well, not more than 5. What?
12 days after he was born.
Well, he was born in summer, but yeah.
Well, I mean, as we've pointed out, he, they had to do the route of following a star, didn't they? Which is, you didn't have GPS back in those days, so
no, and it gives you a very short amount, so you can only travel at night. Which actually, if you're in the desert, it's not a bad idea.
It's not a bad manoeuvre, yeah. That's fine. It's canny.
Yeah,
I mean, he did well logistically to get all that way to, find one manger. Because also you got to remember, travel plans weren't finalised. Mary and Joseph, they've not booked, have they, ahead? It's Christmas time, it's going to be busy.
Yeah.
But they've not booked anywhere, Chris. They've got to go and live in a manger. So they've probably all gone off to like the big swanky hotel, and they're like, this is going to be like the Messiah. Who's
Bethlehem was a bit of a hub, though, wasn't it? It had like the sort of hub airport, like Atlanta or Doha, and it had like the hub coach points, like Reading or something.
Oh yeah, yeah. You probably could have gone to
a lot of around the kind of airport and stuff. It did have a lot of hotels for sort of travellers, like Radissons and Hiltons, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I imagine the manger was like a Radisson Blue of its day.
But,
it's not top choice, which they would have expected.
But they get booked up over Christmas, don't they? Because office Christmas parties and that kind of thing.
Well, precisely. Everyone's going home to see the family around Christmas, so they should have thought ahead, really.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go.
I remember the most depressing.
Mind you, it was the first Christmas, I suppose, thinking about it. So
maybe it wasn't booked up.
Yeah.
Maybe it was a quiet time.
It was because they had to. It wasn't because they got turned out of everywhere.
Maybe they just didn't like the look of them.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Out of towners.
Yeah.
Well,
sure,
I could see that she's about to give birth, and to be honest, most of our room attendants are off over the Christmas period, and I can see this is going to be messy. So
I'm cleaning up after that.
I'm not cleaning up. What do you want me to?
Get yourself down the Radisson Blue, the sort of thing they cope with.
Yeah, I'm not mopping up.
Not what we at the Grand or whatever. I'm thinking of what the appropriately fancy hotel. Hilton. Yeah,
they're not that fancy, are they?
They're not really.
Caesars.
Let's put it this way: I've stayed in one, so it's obviously not that great.
Oh dear.
They
have fun.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, one of those.
I don't know. I don't know what a fancy hotel. I'm not allowed. They're not for me.
Yeah, let's just say hotels. Like a 7-star for for people who are 5-star wasn't expensive and fancy.
What's better about a 7-star than a 5-star, or does it just mean that they've not made 5 stars worse?
It's just nothing. I don't think, other than just you can be even more ridiculously rich and kind of like
Could you only get 7-star hotels in like the United Arab Emirates? Don't you?
It's where you can probably just get, I don't know, just like really ridiculous levels of opulence. I would imagine, like if you can afford it, have someone come and tailor you a suit in 2 days or something, or on the spot or whatever. Yeah.
You've said in the past that you wouldn't mind living in a hotel. Is that still the case?
Yeah, if you did something like Like you get these people like Margaret Thatcher towards the end of their life. Yeah, they'd be all right.
Really?
Yeah, they'd just come in and just do everything for you. I think it'd be, for a lazy person like me, it'd be brilliant.
Well, it'd be cheaper just to hire a cleaner a couple of times a week, wouldn't it?
Oh, I'm not saying I'm talking about if I had unlimited money and I'm not saying I would actually spend the money and do this practically. Of course I wouldn't.
Oh, right, okay. I was about to make an offer on your flat.
Oh, right.
No, I don't know. Like, would it? Because you couldn't have your own stuff, could you?
Well, no, I think you could. No, you could because I think Thatcher lived out the last sort of 5 years of her life in a hotel.
Thatcher?
Well, it's the only example I can think of, to be honest with you.
What about Al Capone?
Well, he was long term in a hotel, wasn't he? Yeah. Well, okay, yeah. So, like, basically, let's say Al Capone.
So very similar characters.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, well, but no, you'd rent like your suite, wouldn't you? But then because you're there long term, basically they would let you decorate, I think, or have all your own stuff in there because they know you're going to be staying there for years and years, and they'll just redo it. Yeah, I mean, a long term arrangement like that, and then you also get, you've got. I can't
really see any advantage to it.
Oh, just imagine. Right, it's 2 o'clock in the morning.
Room service. That's just
room service.
Well,
beautiful.
Yeah. Well, takeaway.
It's not like
takeaway's a room service, isn't it?
Chef, though, is it? Yeah, I suppose.
Well, I don't think the top chef will be there at 2 in the morning. It probably will be. They're all on massive amounts of cocaine and speed, aren't they? Because the job's terrible. Yeah.
Getting screamed at by Gordon Ramsay. No, I don't know. It's kind of like, it's not. I don't know. If you had the money, it would be one way to do things.
Yeah, I don't know. Not something I fancy, but I've got pets. Maybe they wouldn't let me have pets. Although they probably let people have pets and stuff. If you're rich enough, you can do what you want. I think
exactly. Absolutely, you could do all of that. Yeah.
So Neil, now we've sorted that out finally.
Yes.
Would you like to hear a story about a non-Santa psychopath? I don't know if this is so. It's a non-Santa.
Is it psychopath? Is it a psychopath?
It could be.
Isn't Santa-based? Could be.
Could be. I'm not sure yet.
I mean, I'd like just like a cheery, fun children's story or something like that, Chris.
I believe it.
Ideally,
I believe it is basically the origin of Mr. Hankey from South Park. I think this is where they got it from.
It's entirely possible, yeah. Wow.
Yeah. So this is the story behind El Tio de Nadal, which is the Catalan shitlog. Yes,
the shitlog, as I will refer to it. Well, if some refer to it as a poop log, but
yeah, but we're not babies.
No, exactly. Bloody hell. One I've heard of actually, but again, rarely for me. I think this was on an episode of Eurotrash or something like that.
Probably. Well, they have the crapper as well, don't they? Where they have like a bloke bending over a toilet and they have it for, I don't know, New Year or something. Easter, I think.
Yeah, I don't know. Shits out time or something.
Shits out
he eats the old year and shits out the new year.
He eats your sins and
that's very much how chronology feels at this point in time. Some Tory politician shitting out a new fucking parliamentary year.
Oh, we said no politics.
Yeah, that's true.
So this is from convospanish.com and it's by Inez C.U.
Ah.
Interesting. So
this is a tradition I wish we'd grown up with as well.
I'm glad we didn't. I'm not massively into scatological humour.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but how many Carry On films did you watch as a child during Christmas?
Yeah, but they're not. They're saucy humour. They're not scatological.
It's things going up and out of bums. Don't worry.
Yeah, but that's not scatological. Scatological's stuff.
It's just only dirty humour, isn't it?
No, scatological's more around the passing of fluids or solids from your body, where it's not just any dirty humour.
Yeah. Anyway.
All right, agree to disagree. Right, are you comfortable now?
Let's go.
Yeah, you're in your bean bag, got your lava lamp.
Yes.
Got your round shades on. Yep. Smoking a marijuana spliffs.
Yep.
Good stuff. Right.
Got a huge bong on.
Yeah, lovely. Eating the pot wheats.
Yes.
So in Spain, Some customs are popular only in a few regions, and the one we're about to share with you is related to the history of El Tio de Nadal. El Tio de Nadal, a Christmas log in Catalan, is an important part of the Catalan Christmas traditions. It is a piece of a wooden trunk that kids hit with a stick on Christmas Eve or on Christmas Day to get presents. What? Presents! Bang, 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 bang. Do the presents pop out like sort of Mario, like getting coins?
Well, yeah, this is the thing. You have to read on and you'll find out, because this is exactly what happens.
Oh, is it like
so what we
a
do
pinata?
Sort of, but they don't smash it open. It, as I recall, it basically has to shit the presents out, and this happens over a number of days. They have to feed it, I think.
Is it just a snake? The kids are waiting for Tio to poop their presents. We know. We'll explain later. The presents hidden below the log are not there by miracle. Their parents are the ones who hide the gifts, the same way that is done in different cultures with the Christmas tree. We're about to dive into this weirdly funny Catalan Christmas custom and tell you all about the poop log. So stay tuned. It's not TV.
Ironically, that could have worked quite well for podcast in a way. You don't tune in, do you?
You don't tune in to
stay listening, listeners.
Yeah,
or you'll find out they've already explained what happens, haven't they? So
yeah, but I want to know more detail. That's what this.
That's just a little taster, isn't it? Yeah,
let's draw you in.
Dive right into this.
So Neil, what is the Tio de Nadal question? Although in Catalonia some people celebrate Christmas like in the rest of Spain, others follow Catalan traditions. In Catalonia, some children anxiously wait for the arrival of Santa Claus with presents, while others wait for Tio de Nadal to poop their gifts. The Catalan poop log brings joy and happiness to a lot of kids.
I have to say, though, I don't think is a log going to be able to poop me out a little like mask action figure or something, or a He-Man or whatever.
Mask Mack Truck Mobile Command Centre.
Yeah.
I would hope so. Certainly wouldn't be able to poop out Boulder Hill, that's for sure. Also known as one for the men in their late 30s, early 40s there.
Yeah. Well, that was one of my favourite moments with someone who we both know. I couldn't. Do you remember what MASK stands for? Maybe other people have got better memories.
Mobile. No, is it? Mobile.
It's something automated strike command or something like that. I don't know. I think the K is a C. But just with a really serious face on us, because it was again somebody were talking about MASK and they were like, I'm under like 30, mate. What are you fucking talking about? He just came over and went, oh yeah, mobile automated strike command. Yeah, I remember that. Just with a really serious look. I don't know, it just made me laugh for some reason. Having the recall of that at an instant's notice, I thought was great.
Find out what it stands for.
Yeah, it's something weird. Anyway, yeah, for those of you under the age of 40, this was basically like the usual thing in the 80s where it was a toy commercial.
Manager Application Solution Kit.
I'm assuming that's a different acronym. There's bound to be some tedious IT thing.
It's Mobile Armoured Strike Command with a K.
Yeah, that's it. That's a dodgy one when you got command with a K, isn't it? That's making me worry if Miles Teller or whatever his name was.
That's coming up with a name and working backwards, isn't it, really?
Yeah, that's a backronym if ever I've seen one.
So, also known as Tio de Nadal is a wooden trunk with a painted smiley face.
He looks very jolly, doesn't he? You see the pictures of him.
Yeah. He wears a Catalan hat, baratina, and is decorated with stick legs.
Because those hats do look, they are funny. It does look very like, Mr. Hanky, doesn't it?
And in some parts of Aragon, where people call it La Tronca de Nadal, Toza, or in Galicia, Tizon do Nadal.
I wonder if they do this in Barcelona.
Well, it would do if it's... Well, that's the capital of Catalan, isn't it?
Yeah. No, they're saying it's only in some parts of Catalonia, didn't they? That'd be worth spending Christmas in Barcelona over.
I'd like to spend Christmas in Barcelona.
Well, yeah, it's a great city. And presumably a bit warmer than it is here at the moment.
I think it'd be weird to be somewhere warm at Christmas. Just
You
because, yeah.
Wouldn't do an Australian Christmas then. That would weird me out. It's like middle of summer.
Yeah, no, that would just be odd, wouldn't it? Oh, look, I've got a foul web spider.
That is a spider eating a snake. Merry Christmas.
Oh, brilliant. I just got my balls bitten by a redback tarantula. Merry Christmas, Mike. Yeah, they have a lot of deadly animals. Tradition for children. So, how does this gift pooper? I'm just going to say shitter. I'm sick of this.
Yeah, just use the word poop about 500 times.
Oh, have you had your poop yet? Mom! So, how does this gift shitter bring you Christmas presents? Well, first you must feed it.
Oh, yes. It makes sense. It's not going to be able to shit unless you feed it.
What the children do is feed the log with sweets, candies, nuts, and other foods, which is often the traditional gift that the German ones bring. So they take those gifts and then they invest it in the log.
Well, I'm wondering what's coming out the other end, because I imagine it's going to be like candies and stuff. So
mobile action strike command toys.
Yeah, well, yeah, hopefully feed them that and get a Castle Grayskull at the other end.
Oh,
that'd be good.
Yeah. Those muscly He-Man characters certainly didn't give us all complexes about our physiques.
Not.
So the feeding starts on the 8th of December,
although it did give me the technique, which I use in team motivational things now, of just laughing at the end of any serious message. You got to give some serious message, and then everyone's standing there in a circle laughing for some reason.
So it starts on the 8th.
We learned today that this week that it's brains, not brawn, that solves. No, wait, what?
No, you didn't. You just smashed his face in.
Just beat the shit out of
him. So, Neil, third time's a charm.
I'm getting interrupted now.
So, the feeding starts on the 8th of December, which Neil, is the Feast of the Immaculate Conception.
Oh, of course, yeah.
So was Mary only pregnant for like 17 days?
Well, God put a bun in her oven, didn't they? So it was like, yeah.
Yeah, super sperm.
It was like that, oh God, have you ever seen that Lars von Trier TV show? It was this lady gives birth to a full-size adult.
All right.
Quite creepy, but yeah. It's like that, very, very quick. Good TV show, actually. Anyway, okay. I forget what it's called.
Look
at his IMDb page if you care, which you don't. It's only me.
Cool. And good. I'm glad you worked that conclusion yourself. And ends on Christmas Eve, the 24th of December. To feed Tio, children will place food in front of the log at night, and in the morning the food will have mysteriously disappeared. They don't actually feed it; they just pop it.
They just pop it around the back end, and then you go. There's your treats that have been ingested and shat out.
Over the following days, Neil, the log would grow.
Oh.
So they must have like a cupboard just with loads of different sized logs.
Well, I mean, back in the day, presumably you would just you would have done but you would have just like used firewood, I suppose, wouldn't you?
Yeah, whatever you can find. But of course, as mentioned before, parents hide sweets and replace the shit log with bigger ones. Children would also cover the log with a blanket to keep it warm.
Oh, all the better for hiding things under.
The better the children treat the log, the better they will be rewarded. That's good, isn't it? It's teaching responsibility.
Yeah. Well, if they can look
remember,
after
a
their
log's
log,
not just for Christmas.
You might get them a hamster or something afterwards.
Yeah, and they just like feed it sweets and then and then try and pull toys out of its rectum.
and then beat it to try and get gifts out of it. Yeah. Maybe we're giving some mixed messages here.
So, on Christmas Day, or in some cases on Christmas Eve, children ordered a shit log to defecate. Log, defecate. They don't just say it; they start.
I believe there's a song, isn't there?
They start hitting it with a stick while singing the Cagotio song. See below. Oh, and we will.
Oh yes.
Consequently, it shits the presents.
Nice.
I mean, I know when I'm a bit bunged up because I've eaten like 15 eggs, I normally just pay someone to come around and hit me with a baseball bat until it.
Oh, do you know what? There's sometimes where I'd try it. Have you ever had that when you just like, I'm not going to get too into this. I don't want to be too scatological, but you're getting a bit of, it's just not happening.
So you start punching yourself.
Yeah, I'll try that. I'll do a bit of Fight Club with myself.
Yourself around the bathroom.
Maybe that's how
Fight Club. That's how
Fight Club is going to start in the real world. Yeah. Well, that's the thing, isn't it? Because it didn't. Like when you look back at that's the thing. I always thought that film or that story was a bit weird. Isn't he just fighting with himself in a
cup? Yeah, that's a weird one. That he's fighting with himself, and then people think that's a good idea. We'd like to join. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's get start a worldwide movement. Mind you, stranger things have happened.
Normally, the parents cover the presents with a blanket behind the shit log, so when the child hits the log, the parents would raise the blanket, pull a present, and give the children a gift.
That's good. I mean, that's beats just going and getting something out from under the Christmas tree, doesn't it?
So I'm not sure of the tune of this, and I don't think it works in English, but I'm going to read it out, the song.
Yeah.
Shit, log, shit, nougat, hazelnuts, and matto cheese. If you don't shit well, I'll hit you with a stick. Shit, log, log of Christmas. Don't shit herrings, which are too salty. Shit nougat, which are much better.
I don't know.
That works all right, doesn't it?
I like the herrings reference as well. I was wondering actually if you could do it to the tune of Mr. Hankey, but
no,
it wouldn't pass. Perhaps.
Well, I'm a bit sickened that they haven't referenced that they stole the idea. So the tradition versus the modern age.
Ooh.
Lasers, smartwatch, nanowatts, Bluetooth speaker. As usually happens over time, traditions change. The Tio de Nadal shitlog used to be placed by the fireplace. Unfortunately, people no longer do this because in modern times, fireplaces are not so common. That's true. Barcelona's pretty much all flats. But imagining we still have fireplaces, this is what the tradition would look like. Families would burn the log and they would spread the ashes on the fields outside the house. However, nowadays, parents keep a log and use it next year. Likewise, according to the tradition, the event would end with the log shitting a head of garlic, an onion, an egg, and any other symbolic item, which is something not done so often anymore.
How very odd. And so, as well, in the past, what they would do, so you looked after this log, it's then crapped out your
garlic, onion, and egg. You're halfway to a frittata.
Well, yeah, that's not too bad. You need a few more eggs, please.
And some spuds.
Yeah. But then they burn it on the fire. So this is a sentient log that they've...
was. Yeah, but it's been beaten to death by the kids, so they have to dispose of the body.
Yeah. So you're teaching them some good life skills here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So
get rid of the evidence.
Yeah. Scatter the ashes on the fields. Good for the crops. Back in the day,
not looking bright for the homeless of Barcelona.
Well, there very few, surprisingly.
Yeah, don't see a lot of them here. That all seemed like a good thing to me, but now I'm
apparently they say that at Christmas a lot of them get taken by a cold snap. But I'm looking at the temperatures; it's kind of 15, 20 degrees.
Yeah, unusual.
It's warmer than an English summer. Back in the day, Cagatio was an ordinary wooden log. Nowadays, they paint its face and make it look like a live person, all the better for the beating.
That's a bit Clockwork Orange, isn't it?
They put like a little begging sign, like
they've updated it now, so it's got like an LED face, and then it starts screaming. It's just like... It's from smiling to crying.
Until the eyes turn into crosses.
Yeah.
And then they burn it quickly.
And then a prolapse day just rolls out. So the latest toy, some Furby or something rolls out.
So normally the presents that Tio de Nadal shits are generally nougats, nuts, or candies.
So they're feeding it candies and it's shitting out candies. That's
well, it starts the digestion process, so it's easier on the stomach, I guess. It has a lot to do with the Spanish tradition of the three wise men, Los Reyes Magos, who are responsible for bringing the main presents on the 6th of January.
Yep, there you go.
Neil, would you like to know the history of the Tio de Nadal?
I would.
Lovely. You're going to hear it.
I knew I was going to anyway, so I tried to sound enthusiastic.
Yeah, it worked. You should do more acting.
Worked a charm.
Tio de Nadal has a rural and likely pagan origin that used to be related to the winter solstice celebrations and pre-Christmas traditions. Although the exact origin and time frame of the Tio de Nadal are unknown, the traditions say that parents went outside and cut a 30 centimetres wooden log. The shit log with the smiley face and legs are a more recent invention. As you can see, the Tio Nadal traditions really remind us of the Christmas traditions all over Spain and the world too. One of the main differences between Christmas and the Tio de Nadal traditions is that the Tio de Nadal presents the kids with smaller gifts, whereas on the 6th of January, the three wise men bring the bigger ones, like the toys and other stuff they'd wish for. That's when you get your mask.
Yeah, that's when you get your frankincense myrrh or, Castle Grayskull or your mask.
The flying car thing, the red one.
I had the flying bike.
I had the flying, but the green one.
It was a helicopter.
I had that one as well. Yeah, where the
had like little delivery things.
What are they called? Panetons? Were they
panniers or something?
Panniers, they flipped up to be wings.
Yeah, they flipped up to be like little wings. Yeah,
but also they revealed firing missiles.
Yes.
Yeah, I had that one. He was one of the bad guys, I think.
I believe he was. Yeah.
What were they? The bad guys in it?
I want to say Cobra, but I think that might be Action Man.
Mm-hmm.
There was Miles something. He had like a helicopter that turned into a plane or vice versa. I forget which. He had a mask that spat acid.
Yeah.
Shaped like a Venom, they might have been called, possibly. Because he had like a snake mask, I seem to recall.
Yeah, it was Venom. Well done, Neil. So,
a lot of mask talk on there.
It's Christmas.
Didn't expect that. Yeah, that's fair enough.
So, what does Tio de Nadal represent? I'm not asking you. That's just a heading.
Futility of
life. Tio de Nadal, or Cagatio, represents the log that burns as the source of heat and light in the winter, and symbolically everything they needed to celebrate the festivities, the sweets. I
suppose it's fueling your fires and stuff.
Yeah, fueling your hatred towards the homeless. Yeah. The hits with a stick probably come from stoking the Tio on the fire. However, the loss of fireplaces in modern homes makes the hitting of the Cagatio a symbolic act. Another theory, according to an article published in 324, a Catalan TV channel, proposes that the beating of the Cagatio comes from an old ritual of waking up nature on the day of the winter solstice. Wake up!
Oi, get growing.
Get growing, I'm starving.
Spring.
Today, it's more of a tradition for children where they get presents. As they state in 324, our ancestors would eat the spiritual part of the food, leaving the rest for their family members, especially the children. In addition, the same article claims that the reason that the Tio de Nadal was burnt and ashes are spread across the field was probably to ensure a good harvest for the following year. Over time, this tradition has become a children's party, and most of the original meaning has been lost, as is so often the way.
Spoke well for you. Well, I think it's quite charming when people keep up these kind of like ancient things. I'm sure it's changed over time, but
it's probably commercial.
No, yeah.
Yeah, but you want a Tio Nadal log? Yeah, that would be €40.
Oh, nightmare.
Yeah, it's made.
And you got the special ones, and you got to feed it special nougat that you got to pay extra money for.
Yeah, it's made by Nestle.
Yeah, you know what they're like.
So Tio Nadal is also known abroad.
Nougat's made from the tears of orphans in Swaziland. I don't know what that's.
Sometimes traditions can cross borders, spreading new customs across other regions. A clear example of this is American comedian and actress Kate McKinnon, who explained on Late Night with Seth Meyers that she adopted the Catalan shitting log Christmas tradition. So one person.
In other words, she read about it and thought it'd be a fun thing to say on a talk show.
Yes, that's exactly what it is. A famous Anthony Bourdain also mentions... He is a famous. This funny Catalan Christmas custom on one of his No Reservations Holiday Special 2011 videos made especially for the occasion. You'll get a very clear picture of how this funny holiday custom is performed.
I'm seeing no mention of Eurotrash here, Chris.
No,
I feel like Jean-Paul Gaultier has been slighted.
A famous Jean-Paul Gaultier and a famous Antoine Decaune.
Antoine Decaune, yeah.
So it's got some related figures. There is more than one figurine related to the ship log. It is El Caganer. El Caganer is a figure of a man or a peasant defecating. So that's the one which I was saying earlier.
Okay.
It usually appears in nativity scenes, which many religious people find appalling. One of the many explanations for putting the Caganer in the nativity scene was the fertilization of the earth.
Oh, yeah.
El Tio de Nadal has one thing in common with El Caganer. Both represent the acts of defecating. Therefore, why don't we join these two awesome characters together and create the most awesome figurine ever seen? A Caganadil, a Cagatio Caganer. Two figures in one. And there's one here of a log bending over, shitting a present. Little picture. Neil, final thoughts.
Well, I just suddenly had an image of the log lady from Twin Peaks there, trading a shitting log. What do you think?
Wow.
So there you go. That's how my head works.
Yeah, or doesn't.
Yeah, that's the broken collection of synapses that I call a brain. All fired up.
The broken shards of reality of fumbling to piece together. So, final thoughts. The way some Catalans celebrate Christmas is unique, but some people can find it disrespectful. Now, fuck off.
Just can't have any fun.
Yeah. However, the Catalans don't see it like that. For them, it's just a part of the festivities like any other custom. We think whatever side you find yourself in, Tio de Nadal cannot be considered as something offensive. After all, it represents a part of the holiday tradition to those people who celebrate it in this way, whacking the ship log until it bursts the gift. You can't get mad about that.
Oh, I certainly can't. I'm pro Tio de Nadal.
Did you enjoy this story about Tio de Nadal and El Caganer? Would you like to show your kids or your friends and family how this unusual Catalan Christmas custom works? Order these little poop figurines online and tell them about it. They will love all the presents El Tio de Nadal can poop on Christmas Eve.
Ooh.
So there you go, Neil. There's what I'm getting you for
Christmas. I wouldn't mind incorporating
next year.
A shit log into my Christmas repertoire.
What's your current Christmas repertoire? No decorations, no
absolutely, tree? Absolutely nothing. Thinking about how I might get a tree next year. and inevitably won't.
So that's it, Neil. Shitlog.
It's
not
nice
a bad
to have
little character.
A jolly little story there after all of the, child sacrifice horrors that we've been dealing with recently.
Yeah, do you know what? Like, people who are kind of offended by that could probably fuck off because there's so many.
Krampus, fine, yeah, just
really offensive stuff.
Beating the shit out of kids because they've not been, not done their Bible enough. Oh, I don't know.
And I believe that for tomorrow's tale we have a trinity of
I believe
characters.
There's a whole family and with a cat.
So
there's a hint.
Are they anything? Are they one of the characters that Santa broke out of Broadmoor prison recently to do some enforcing?
The Batman villain scenario, yeah. They will escape from Arkham Asylum or whatever the Christmas equivalent is. Yeah, we'll have to wait and see, won't we, Chris?
We'll have to wait and see. Shall we have a little hair of the dog, a little pruno of the dog?
I think we all know where that's heading.
Lovely stuff. Okay, guys, we will see you tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your day. One thing which I've thought, Neil, it's quite weird doing the 12 days of Christmas because we're doing Christmas stuff really far after Christmas is finished.
Yes.
The 12 days of Christmas yeah, it starts when Christmas finishes.
Yeah, well, the thing is, obviously, 200, 300 years ago or whatever, I mean, that's Christmas, you would have all been off for like those whole 12 days and all the rest of it. But yeah, it does go on a bit.
Yeah, maybe next time we'll do it starting before Christmas and Christmas being kind of in the middle and finishing New Year's or something.
Well, maybe, but at the end of the day, we don't make up the rules.
No, we just enforce them like best nickel.
You could, or if you're following the still following the Julian calendar, which some parts of the country or some religions still do, then I think Orthodox Christianity, some of them still. I think their Christmas is somewhere in January.
We are massive in the Eastern Orthodox Church. Yes. That's our main listening group, isn't it?
I would imagine we go down an absolute storm.
Yep, we're huge in Georgia.
Yeah. Good night, Tbilisi.
We'll see you tomorrow then, guys. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Ho, ho, ho. See you tomorrow. Remember, don't drink and drive. Ho, 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 ho.